We're back at PRI. Robin Miller with Tracy Hines and David Gravel, World of Outlaw driver. And Tony Elliott was one of the great short track guys of the last 30 years. And what was really cool is they started this scholarship to get guys to the Chili Bowl. And Trace, I liked what you said during the press conference about what this whole thing's about.
Yeah, I'm gracious enough to be asked to be the person to come up and represent the family as far as the mouth, because that's what I am, a mouth, so it works. But Tony and I were great friends. Probably a lot of people didn't know how close we were and the things that we talked about, because we did more things than just go in the race. And when I started my own team, Tony helped me a bunch. He would come to the track. Yes, he wouldn't work on the car, but he would help, try to tell me, where guys are running on the track, where qualifying is going on. He did everything he could help me. And when the family decided to do this, it was something that I knew Tony personally on these Chili Bowl struggles, to where a guy could win so many sprint car races across the country, so many major midget races across the country, and still not be known as a good midget driver. So, he struggled getting good rides at the Chili Bowl. If he didn't have a full season midget ride, he didn't have a ride at the Chili Bowl, and then he would land in something a week or two before, and it probably wouldn't be the best that he could, show his ability. So this was something to show people that the other people are looking, and we did. They send in basically a resume or an application for it, and David actually sent in his, and the family and the board picked him as the driver, and we couldn't be more happy with the type of person, and he represents exactly what we're showing, that he was voted one of the best drivers in the World of Outlaws this year and didn't have a Chili Bowl ride.
Right. Okay. Steve Kinzer drove my midget indoors once at a dirt race and said the same thing. Bubby Jones, another great sprinter, right? He goes, I hate midgets. There's not enough horsepower. All you can do is you get in trouble. You're a World Outlaw driver. You used to run in the corner at 140 miles an hour. Are you ready for this craziness as a Chili Bowl?
Yeah, I love the challenge. I've done it twice before, but sporadically. I think 2010 and then 2 years ago I was there. So definitely excited to do it. Inexperienced, but I always love a challenge, and I think with the equipment we got, we can try to put it in the show, and it takes a lot of luck, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Brian Clausen said last year, he just run a World of Outlaws race, and I said, Clausen, what's the big difference you going from a non-wing to a wing sprint car or a midget? He goes, well, first of all, when they dropped the green flag during the hot laps in a USAC race coming off a World Outlaw race, I don't think I'm going fast enough, so I run 500 yards too deep into every corner. Is that the trick, going from big sprint car horsepower to a midget?
Probably. With the wing car going into a midget, it slows everything down. It's not as overwhelming as it would be for a guy coming from, micro or something like that. So, the speed isn't too much, but you're definitely a little bit out of control. It feels like just sliding around everywhere, not much traction. But, Shane Stewart tried to run a non-wing car at Lawrenceburg this year and, flipped in time trials running in too hard. So it's just something we're used to, but we got to back her down a little bit.
All right, we'll watch you guys in the Chili Bowl. Thanks, Trace. Thanks, David. Good luck.